Right. Oh man, let's get into this, brother, because I know you have a powerful up and coming lecture dealing with demons, man. And I want to learn more about that. So you have
Okay.
a powerful lecture coming up on demons in
Yeah.
Detroit next week. Talk to us about that, brother.
Well, and Tawada for bringing it up. August 2nd, I'll be in Detroit, Michigan at ISUPK Detroit, and we'll be breaking down so much of what's happening today. And I'm sure you're familiar with this, Sonetta. Since the internet, a lot of people are getting brainwashed into a lot of nonsense. A lot is going on the internet that's harming our people. Our sisters is being taught to be more evil, take on more evil spirits, kill their babies. You know what I'm saying? Even lesbians is being taught, get with a man, get pregnant, and then leave him and take the kid. They got whole things being taught that's so evil. And the root of it all is this. The root of it all is whether you on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. And if you doing something on the left-hand side, you don't always know you doing something wrong. You think it's sometimes that it's something good for you, it's beneficial to you, you like it. So what's wrong with it? Well, what I'm here to do now is to show everybody that some things you do in this world are very evil, and that demons are real, and that you taking on demons. And these demons are controlling you and brainwashing you, and they changing your whole way of life. You changing your sex, you changing your sexual orientation, you changing your careers, you changing everything about your life off of this internet. And it's because you taking on demons in certain music, in certain videos and stuff. And so I'm gonna go in and really show people what demons are.
Wow.
Demons is not like The Exorcist, you know what I'm saying, with some little girl on a bed vomiting green goop out her mouth and spinning her head around, and you think, oh, she possessed with a demon. Nah, man, people walking up and down among us with demons on them every day. It was full-fledged demons on them, going to work, coming from work, all of that. And if you don't know how to identify them demons, you don't know how to repel them demons off of you. If you don't know how to fight them demons is catching you every day. Brothers is in jail, dead. All that. I just watched the tape the other day where a brother went up to another brother. The brother cut him off. He jumped out his car, ran up to the cat car, raised the gun up to the cat car, and the cat blasted him in the car, took his life. You understand? Because once again, the brother jumped out the car, had a demon on. He didn't know he had a demon on. He didn't know how to fight that demon. And that demon got him what all demons want, which is to take your life. That's their purpose. That's their goal. Their goal is to either slowly destroy you or destroy you instantly. Now, if you don't have the tools on how to fight them, how you gonna know how to come up against them? And it starts with a lot of the basic things that we always teach. Like if we telling you don't eat pork, it's for a reason. The Lord know the reason. You may not know, but the same applies to everything we do. There are do's and don'ts with everything in your life. You know what a lot of people don't know, Sonetta?
What's that, brother?
A lot of people don't know that you are a judge. Every brother and sister is a judge. Think of yourself as a judge of good and evil every day. From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep at night, you are making judgments about good and evil every day. Should I eat this? Should I not eat this? Should I get with this brother wife or should I leave this brother wife alone? Everything you do, you making a judgment call. And you can't make that call if you don't understand demons, because demons will seduce you into doing something you shouldn't do. And I'm gonna give you the tools. I'm gonna give everybody the tools, man. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna take it all the way back to the Greeks, past the Greeks. I'm gonna show you how they all tried to figure out how to deal with these demons. And then I'm gonna show you how Christ did it. I'm gonna show you how he did it, and it's gonna add a whole lot to everybody, because we need it now, because evil people, evil nations, mainly the white man, is using the internet, man, to totally poison our people. Totally poison us, man. And let me tell you something, if I could, I know you're going to jump into this for a little bit, but it don't take nothing for Donald Trump. If he get in that White House out, it don't take nothing for Donald Trump to say, I'm going to declare martial law because of the crime in the cities, the murder rate. I'm declaring martial law and bring in the military, man, and shut our whole world down and collect us up, man, and put us in slavery. They got a new GPS. They got a new GPS ankle bracelet that they want to give out. They say is near indestructible. You damn near can't get it off your ankle. And not only that, it got geospacing, meaning it could take a picture of the room that you in. So even if you try to take it off, this joint could see everything. Like you tamper with it, it'll alarm and boof, it'll show them the whole room, see what you're doing, what you're eating, who in the room with you, all that. And they want to unroll, they want to bring these out so that they can get control of you, so they ain't got to spend the money to have you in prison. Now you going back to the neighborhood on parole, you going back to your mama house, but they're going to have that ankle bracelet on. And they're going to be telling you what you can and can't do. And it's going to create mad chaos in the hood. And they already know it. And they want to do it because that's how you keep a people oppressed and destroyed. And all it takes is for them to have a reason to come in and step on us with that martial law. And brothers and sisters don't know that we fighting the wrong fights. We in there with beefs, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and beefs like that. Them type of beefs are not helping us, man. We got to get into some beefs about our survival as a people. We got to get into some beefs about having our identity back, and some beefs about making sure we are on top of our game and somebody else ain't telling us what to do, because they pushing us in that direction, man. And it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad because for the ones that they can't let out, they building massive prisons, man, all over the country. They not playing. They getting ready. They flipping all over the country into them prisons. And, you know, for anybody that love their people, like I do, it's a painful forethought to see what's going down the road. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a curse to know what's happening, because it's like, you know what's happening and you also know that it is what's destroying yours. You know, down that road, if we don't change direction, that's going to be it for us. I don't care what they put in our face, Kamala Harris, whatever. They did that with Obama. What year did Obama get in office? Wasn't it 2008?
Yes.
It was 2008, right? We in 2024, Sonnet. 2024. That's where we at, 16 years later. And everything that Obama claimed and everything that everybody thought, nothing happened. So Trump, Kamala Harris, it's all bad for us if we don't decide we're going to govern ourselves.
Let me ask you this. Going back to the demons, right?
Yeah.
How do you know when demons are around you? Let's say you are even by yourself. You're in the house, you're by yourself, or you could be outside and you're around people. How do you know that demons are around you, and how do you get them off you and keep them off you?
This is how you do it. You do it the same way you do with a cat that's always messing with you. It's the same thing. Like, you by yourself, right? The way you know a demon is coming is because he talks to you. You say, man, you need to stop playing. You know you hungry. You need to stop playing around. I'm just using pork as an example. But it could be anything. It could be your woman, anything. You know you need to go and eat that pork sandwich. The way you fight them demons is you got to be a judge of the action that the demon is trying to tell you to do. You become a judge. In other words, you say to yourself, is it right by the Lord that I eat this pork, or is it wrong by the Lord that I eat this pork? Now, if you don't know, the demon gonna get you. But if you educated with the tools the Lord been giving us in these scriptures, see, there's secrets in these scriptures. And if you've been educated on them secrets on how to fight them demons, you're gonna know right away, oh, nah, we can't mess with that pork. Like, I'm using a simple example. You're gonna be like, nah, man, I'm not messing with that pork. I know it's wrong. Guess what? The demon got to leave you. But if you don't know better, you understand? Let's say your neighbor wife, she over there singing all the time. She in there singing. You know he ain't there. She's singing all the time. The demons step up into you. Hey, man, you know she's singing because she want to get some. Why don't you go over there and holler at that door and get some of that sugar, man? See if she got some sugar over there to lend you. And now if you don't know better or you don't care, you understand? You're going to go knock on that door. But what you don't know that the demon know is that her husband is boys with the cat down the hall. And the cat down the hall going to see you taking the trash out. While he taking the trash out, you creeping next door. He see it, tell his boy, you knock on the door one day and get blasted with a 12 gauge. You in a wheelchair with half your body now. Tell me that don't happen to brothers every day.
All the time.
They listen to a demon. They didn't make the judgment call. That's what that's how we fight these demons. We make the judgment call. And go ahead.
Yeah, talk to us about how do the Bible describe demons and what do they look like?
The Bible doesn't describe what demons look like because demons, if they was to appear in front of you, look like any man you ever met on the street.
Okay.
Just like an angel. An angel appeared in front of you, he looked like any man that on the street. I'm going to bring that out also in the lecture. We got to get out the mentality that a demon come and he got red eyes and he look a certain way and he look menacing. Demons don't come to you like that. They don't come to you to scare you. They come to you to convince you. I'm going to hit you with something. Demons love you because they love the opportunity to destroy you. So they love you. They don't come to you like they hate you. They come to you like, man, I'm here to help you. I'm here to hook you up, man. I'm here to bring you on the next level. But a lot of times that's your demise. You know what I'm saying? So I done brought out too much already, but in Detroit, we're gonna get into it, man. And because we need these tools.
Yes,
we need these tools now, son. That you see brothers falling by the wayside. Brothers falling by the wayside all over the place. You know what I mean? We telling them, come in, come in, come in. They like, yeah, man, eventually. But everything is getting them out here. Everything is getting. The drugs is getting them. The hoes is getting them. The child support is getting them. Everything is taking brothers down. The high rents is getting them. You can't even get together. You can't even live together with other siblings, even though you can't even pay the rent. You can't pay your rent. And you and siblings fighting, they hiding money, holding back, this, that, and the other. You in conflict, arguing over whose food is what. That's because the demons is controlling us. They the ones making us make these bad decisions. They in your ear saying, man, you need to put the hell with all this. You need to get out here and party, man. Blow that little 300, man. That ain't no money. You'll get that again. And now you go out and blow that 300 in the club, and before you know it, you got a paper on the door. You stressed out. You're mean. They want to put you out. Rest of your family, because you listen to that demon. Now you at the job. You begging the boss for a bonus or let you get an advance, or then another demon come to you and say, man, don't worry about that, man. Just go downtown, hit one of them white people, man. You're gonna get that money back. And the next thing you do that, you locked up. You done lost your job. You all jammed up. Now you need more family members to help you. You relying on their compassion now to help you get out of the jam you in that you listen to them demons to do. See, we gotta get real with our decision making, and our decision making is hurting us bad. And I don't want to see no more of it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. That's deep there, brother. There was a recent shooting by a cop of a black woman.
Yeah.
Who shot right in her face because the cop told her, you got water on the stove. He actually told her to get the water, pick that water up, get that water off the stove or something like that. She picks the water up, and you could tell it was a little something wrong with the woman. She ain't do nothing that threaten the officer or nothing like that. She's the one that called the cops. And the officer just shot her point blank in the face, brother.
Yeah.
What is it going to take for our people to wake up and understand that this is what they do? They do this, and then they will come back and say, we apologize. It was a mistake. But that's a mistake that you can't get back, And
right.
I heard that the officer was heard saying something like, She ain't coming back. That was a point blank shot, a headshot. Something. Did you hear it? Did you see the tape?
I did. And they said, what he said was, don't bother rendering her no aid. She too far gone.
Right.
Yeah, he said she too far gone. He already knew that what he hit her with in the face, he already knew it killed her. That she wasn't gonna make it. He already knew. Because he was a vicious, racist monster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's that's another thing we don't know. We trust these Edomites. You know what I mean? We trust them, man. We think they love us. We think some of them is good. You hear black people all the time say some white people is good. They used to come against us all the time. You know what I mean? They used to come against us all the time. You know what I tell them? I tell them this, man. You say some white people are good, are you willing to bet your life that some of them are good? Because every day you running into the ones that are no good. So what are you doing gambling your life thinking some of them are good? I'm not saying it was all the way her fault, but she didn't know what she was dealing with.
Right.
Boy, he was possessed by Satan. See, some people, demons influence them. Some people take the demon all the way inside them. And now the demon is the one controlling the thing. That demon spoke up on that water because he wanted to kill her. He wanted to kill something. All demons want to kill something. So he wanted to kill that sister. And when you're dealing with a demon and you dealing with a people that's filled with demons, you gotta walk circumspect. Here's what she should have did. Here's if she knew. She didn't know, but here's what she should have did. She should have been able to call the ISUPK. She should have been able to call the ISUPK and say, look, man, I got A, B, and C problem over here. Y'all get over here, man, and get this situation resolved. And then the UPK would have came over there and resolved it with compassion. See, what black people don't believe they can police themselves. You cannot police yourself if you don't have no knowledge. But if you got the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High, you could police the world in righteousness. And once again, we got to disconnect from this man and connect us. There's a scripture in the Bible that says this: if dare any of you having a matter, go to law before the unjust. Meaning, anytime we got a problem, we ain't supposed to go to that man to give us justice. We supposed to go to us to give us justice. Mm-hmm. The problem is we ain't recognizing us. We only recognizing him. Like the cop, the white police officer should be sitting in his car, eating donuts and getting no calls. He should just be sitting there with his gun in his car, sleep. Having a good night's sleep. Nobody should be bothering him, not even tapping the window while he in there sleep. He's supposed to get 8 hours, get up in the morning, stretch and yawn, and drive off back to the precinct. And they say, well, what? Ain't nothing happening. It's quiet.
Right.
You know why? Because everything that do jump off is supposed to be a phone call to the brothers. Brothers can police brothers. If a brother can become a cop, why a brother can't police another brother? Why brothers that's ex-cops can't train brothers? Why can't we have our own? White people got gated communities all day long. You can't go up in there. You go up in there, man, them guards will pull all kind of heat on you. You ain't going up in there doing nothing. You're going to behave yourself because they will put that heat on you. Well, why we can't do the same? Why we can't turn the worst ghetto into a gated community? Why we can't take the projects and get some strong soldiers, train them properly, and now they the police in the project? Why we can't do that? We could do that. You know what I mean? We could do that. We don't be traitors. We don't sell out. So that's why the sister ended up the way she ended up, because we're not the ones that she can call. It was a time when you could call the brothers. Back in the 60s, you didn't dare call the cops because you didn't want them white cops nowhere around. So you had to call the brothers. But back then, you understand, the brothers, everything was clear to us. Now, we done been brainwashed. And again, like I brought out, a lot of us filled with demons now. A lot of us listening to the demons. You know what I'm saying? And we done got trained to dial 911. And it should be a number we dial for the brothers. And then we gonna solve some problems and nobody gotta die. So Lockie, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I mean to keep running over.
No, you're all right. I want you to go ahead and spill it, drop it. I've been accused of, You know, this is the toughest environment to be in when you come up in here and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Accused to be a little soft on you. And how come when Jeremy Hunt come, you know, you don't hit him with tough questions. You be so, I say, yo, that's how,
I don't know why they saying that, son. You
Yeah.
come hard with Captain Tazariak. Captain
I know.
Tazariak answers everything. Why
I
is
guess-
it? Why they worried about what I say when
Yeah, that's
what
crazy.
Tazariak say is what I say, what I taught him. So
Right.
what's the beef for? They just mad that Tazariak is slamming them all the time.
That's
That's
it.
all.
So here's the question for you.
All right.
Satan.
Right.
Would Satan be now? Be careful when you answer this now, because I'm gonna hit you with the whole question, so you won't be caught up guard.
I'm gonna tell him the truth, son. Either way.
Right. Satan is considered to be a worker for the Most High. He can't do nothing without the Most High permission. Right.
Right.
Will Satan be considered a demon? And if so, then that means the Most High controls the demons, and the demons work also for the Most High.
This what brothers and sisters don't understand. The Lord created Satan, and he created Satan to do a job.
Mm-hmm.
But Satan works the demons himself. He works them demons. That's his arena. And he even challenges the Lord. That's what the story of Job is about. But he tried to challenge the Most High. You understand? So he ain't just following the Lord's orders. He's been given authority, you understand, to go into certain zones and do evil. You understand? Which is why this whole world is screwed up, because of our sins, the Lord pulled back from us and let Satan go on in and do what he had to do, which is why we beaten and broken and got to return to the Lord. And so, but here's the thing. Neither Satan or the demons can make you decide what you ought to do unless you listen to him. Satan could come to you all day. If you don't listen to him, it don't matter. Job didn't listen to him, ended up on top at the end. If you listening to him, whether it be him or one of his demons, if you listen to him, you're going to get played. But if you don't listen to him, then you're going to get away. Once again, you got to judge your actions. You can't blame the Most High because the Most High made Satan. Satan got a purpose in this earth. He brings balance to this earth. He brings the left-hand side. When we wicked as hell, he brings the left-hand side. And when we wicked as hell, we listen to Satan and he destroys us. So the Most High created Satan. He wanted the Lord's host.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not your job to listen to him.
Is Satan a hitman for the Most High?
If necessary, yeah.
Okay.
He could have the Lord, he could do whatever the Lord give him orders to do. But here's something else. So are angels.
Mm-hmm.
Angels are hitmen too. They more hitmen. They do more damage. They wipe out whole nations.
Angel of death. The angel of death could be right there at your door. Coming
There
at
you
you.
go.
Yeah, I hear you. Kamala Harris seemed to be replacing Kamala Harris seemed to be a replacement for Joe Biden's.
Right.
Is this good or bad for the Democratic Party?
I don't think it even matters, because the same people who would have voted for Joe Biden will vote for Kamala Harris. It ain't no difference. You know, they making it like it's a big difference, but the same people that are going to vote for her will vote for Joe Biden. So they might do a little more. She might sound a little more charismatic, which might help a little bit more for them. But other than that, it's the same. It's the same party, same people, same situation. It ain't much better for the Democratic Party. They like us to believe that because they want to motivate everybody to vote. But it don't really matter. And it don't even matter which one of them gets in office. Both of them going to destroy us. If Kamala Harris get into office, man, you be hard pressed to get a black woman to have a baby, because she going to teach black women from damn near kindergarten to kill their babies whenever they feel like it. Whenever they feeling emotional and a demon come and whisper in their ear and tell them to kill that baby, they gonna have carte blanche to kill that baby. And they gonna and you better not be able to say a damn thing about it. Show you how evil this kingdom is. You get the girl pregnant. If you turn around and the baby is born, you obligated to child support and to take care of that baby. But if she wake up one day in that pregnancy, all the way up to the 9th month, and decide to hell with this baby and go slaughter that baby in an abortion clinic, then ain't a damn thing you can say about it. You can't say, wait a minute. I helped breed this baby. I want this baby. I want this child. I want children in my life. This child belonged to me. It's like you got to have no compassion and nobody give a damn how you feel about it. That's what they want to bring in, so that these women could now be free to exterminate more black babies. You think they killing enough, 350,000 a year. The government giving them $500 million to do it. You think they'd be happy, but they still ain't happy. Nah, you ain't killing enough of them. There was a time when we had 10 to 13 children per mother. It wasn't a mother around, they ain't have 4 babies or more. But now you be hard pressed to get 2. And you better hope that 1 at least come out without autism, because 1 out of 2 damn near is coming out with autism. What's that? That's them doing all kinds of evil against us. And once again, going back to the demons is on the internet talking to your daughter. Kill that baby. Be free. Think about your career. You could be great in life. You know what I mean? Celebrate you ending that baby life. Oprah Winfrey got up, man, on national TV and said women should celebrate killing that baby. You know what I mean? Like, that is not in those words, of course, but that is in essence what she said. And that's what we being brainwashed with. So if you get Kamala Harris, that's what you get. If you get Donald Trump, you get white supremacy. You get either way, we lose. We ain't got but one way out of this. The only way we got out of this is making a decision about us and pushing all the demonic forces up off our shoulders and bringing ourselves together and following the Lord's rules and regulations on how you get out of slavery. See, people took the Bible for a joke, but the Bible is 5,000 years of training on how to get out of slavery. From the beginning all the way up to Christ, we kept falling into captivities, and the Lord showed us how to get out of them captivities, how to escape them judgments. And that's what we got to do. You can't do it no other way. There is no other blueprint for it. There's no other way around it. You got to go through that straight gate, learn them laws, statutes, commandments, make them right judgments, and then you're going to see something happen. That's why you see the ISUBK moving like we moving. We moving like we moving because we so staunch on that word. We so staunch on them scriptures. We so true to what we standing on. And that's all the Lord ever asks. All he ever asks is that we be true to what we stand on and do what it is that he said to do and be straight up with it. And he said, I'll do the rest. You do that part, I'll do the rest. You follow my law, statutes, commandments, I'll do the rest. Well, we doing that part. And guess what? He doing the rest. So we seeing it happen. Otherwise, we about to get slam dunk for the next 4 years, regardless of who get in there.
Right.
And if I could, son, that is disrespectful to us, because both Obama and Kamala Harris was not black. You understand? She's a white woman mixed with an East Indian. That's who she is.
Isn't her father Jamaican?
Her father lived in Jamaica, but her father was a plantation owner not her father, but her father's father. They was plantation owners in Jamaica. They wasn't regular black Jamaicans. They was the ones who was enslaving the Jamaicans. So she's not black. Just because she grew up in Jamaica or father's roots come from Jamaica, she's a descendant of a white person and an East Indian. That's who she a descendant of. She ain't got a drop of black in her. You know what I mean? But of course, they set her up and portray her as one. But it's an insult to those of us that know our true bloodline. Now, I'm not saying, either way, her or Donald Trump, none of it gonna work. If it ain't work after Obama, come on. Niggas was crying at his inauguration. Jesse Jackson was crying at his inauguration. Niggas was calling it post-racial. They was acting like it was a new day in America, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but what happened? Absolutely nothing. And under Obama, if I could, under Obama, man, it's so sad. Under Obama, they pushed homosexuality on our young men like wildfire. Like our whole world changed when Obama got in office. They passed the Affordable Care Act, and in that Affordable Care Act, they passed other laws that allowed doctors to not have to get consent from parents to give children transsexual drugs. You got young teenagers, man, on all kind of drugs to change their sex, all kind of hormone changes and different stuff to make their breasts grow on a man, all that, and they ain't getting it without no permission from no parents. You know what I'm saying? All that happened under Obama. Under Obama, man, they start bringing in transsexuals, and all that transsexual and homosexual books, all the books, all that teaching of that stuff, all that came in under them. And under the Republicans, man, all they pushed was white supremacy. You know what I mean? White supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy. Lock up as many black people as you can, destroy them as much as you could. So it don't even matter. We need to help us.
All right. Once again, y'all, we're speaking with the Commander-in-Chief, General Yahanna. Make no mistake about it. I want to ask you, General Commander, let's talk about, we know that this is supposed to be the white man's world. This is a man's world. Do you think she will even get close to running this world? Like, I don't think they would even let her run this. Even if she's winning, they will find a way to make it look like she lost. Because I don't think they're gonna let this woman, a woman, run this nation, brother. No way.
You gotta understand something, son. That I mean, she may win, she may not, and they ain't got no problem with her running this place. The Edomites just want it run the way they want it run. They don't care who's sitting in that seat. She's a puppet. She's a spokesperson. She's a secretary. You know what I'm saying? She's just a secretary for the bankers, the big ballers that control global economies and global finance. She's a nobody to them. She's just an employee in their mind. See, in our mind, we looking at her like that's the presidency. They don't care who in that seat, man. They've been running this thing behind the scenes for 100 years. They don't care who's in that seat. You know what I mean? That's for us. That's to keep our minds occupied. You know what I mean?
As long as she follow the rules and laws.
Yeah, as long as she don't step out of line. You know what I mean? That's all they care about. As long as she don't step out of line, they got programs they want done. They want the Middle East taken over. They want Israel powerful so they can get that oil out of there so they ain't got to rely on these Arabs. They sick of relying on these Arabs. They want that oil coming up out of there. You understand? And as long as she dance to the tune, they don't care if she get in or if, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's for us. That's for the poor. That's for the people on the bottom. That's who's the ones that she, you know, that they say, you want Democrats, you want Republicans, who y'all want? Who y'all want? And then they vote one of them in office, and guess what? Nothing changed. Our life don't get better whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. Don't nobody make any decisions to push us in the right direction, no matter who they are. So yeah, they put her in office the way they put Obama. Nobody thought they'd ever put a black man in office. I said this 30 years ago. I said, if the white man really want to brainwash you, he'll put a black man in the White House, and that black man will destroy you more than anybody else. And that's exactly what happened. He got up in there, man, passed all them laws to make our young black men homosexual. And now they acting like it's just a natural phenomenon. This ain't no natural phenomenon, man. This is a planned execution on our young brothers, man, by teaching them to go into this lifestyle. And God knows what she got in store. When she get in office, whatever they plan is, she going with it. You know what I mean? She's so big on abortion because she getting ridiculous cash from Planned Parenthood. You think she just happened to be into abortions, having abortions? No, somebody's paying for that. That's the real boss. You don't care who the secretary is. If you run in a company, you don't care who the secretary is, as long as she do her job. And that's what's going on there.
Right. Talk to us on this one here. Talk to us about the attempted assassination attempt on Donald Trump. What went through your mind when you heard this, when you saw this? And talk to us about that. What went through your mind?
What went through my mind is two things. One, somebody got pissed off and wanted to take a shot at him.
Mm-hmm.
And two, this was going to be just what he needed to galvanize every white supremacist in the country.
So you think it helps his campaign?
Say again?
You think it helps his campaign?
Oh, without a doubt. Like, what we don't understand is white people, these hillbillies they raging in their poverty-stricken houses. They in these poverty-stricken houses watching your entertainers all over Hollywood and watching you run up and down in fancy cars and act like you rich and wearing diamonds and rocks all over you. And they looking at themselves saying, we done lost the country. The niggas got the country now. And they poor and ignorant and dumb as hell. And they believe Donald Trump is their savior to get them out. But I don't think black people realize how serious the situation is. They looking at Donald Trump like he's Jesus or something. Like he gonna save them from themselves. They stormed the Capitol out. That hadn't been done since the 1700s. They stormed that Capitol, brother, because they want the country back. They want all your money, your house, everything. They want it all back. So that's what went through my mind is what should go through all of our minds, which is, what does this mean for us as black people? And what it meant was that now they was gonna have an excuse to hate us. And you could best believe it. Even though they said he had ties to Iran or something like that, and even though he was a white boy in middle America, Western Pennsylvania, they more mad at us. And I can guarantee you this, if he was a black boy, believe me, it would be a civil war in America right now. Right now, you wouldn't be able to walk outside your house. You'd have to get your groceries delivered by Amazon because they'd be shooting in the streets with these Edomites. They'd be trying to kill every black man from 18 to 25. They'd be trying to murder him in this country. It's very serious. You know what I mean? What happened and what went down.
Do you think that this was real? Because now, you also have the conspiracy theorists out there, and they are saying this wasn't real. He set this up himself. What do you take on that?
Listen, I don't put nothing past the white man. It was perfect timing. It was perfect timing. I don't put nothing past him. And how did you get a sniper up on a roof with state troopers staging downstairs inside the roof? And not just any guy, a guy that went to sniper training with the Secret Service and the FBI in the same club.
Damn.
He was a shooter with the FBI in the same club. So how did he move so comfortably through those areas? You know what I mean? 3 foreign accounts that was encrypted, bombs in the car with remote detonators in his hand. Like, that was a sophisticated operation. How did he penetrate so far in there? Anything is possible. I don't have no proof, so I can't say it was a inside job or a setup, but I wouldn't doubt Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a Hollywood entertainer. That's a casino hack. Is a, you know what I mean? This is a daggone card shop, you know what I mean? A dice game runner. That's who the hell this guy is, a charlatan, a hustler. You know what I mean? So shit, why wouldn't he? You know what I mean? If he thought it was gonna get him in the White House and boost him up, he knows, like a lot of white people know and a lot of black people don't know, that racism is the biggest and best card they could pull. If white people pull the white race card, oh, you're gonna lose election. That's how he won the first time. And if you ain't careful, he'll win again. And white supremacy going to the roof after that, because he's gonna let all of them out.
ISUPK is famous for checking the black woman. Are
Right.
y'all still hard on the black woman? And if so, why?
Well, I don't even consider it hard no more, Sarnetta. You know what I mean? I don't even consider it hard to the black woman. I consider it extreme love. I consider it extreme love. 85% of the marriages in America that are black end up in divorce. You understand? 85%. 95% of relationships in America end up in some separation. 95%. That's almost every relationship every black man and woman get into. They all separate themselves. They break up. And that's once again because the demons is all over the internet. So I'm so proud of what I did back then with coming down hard on black women. I'm so proud of it, Sonetta. I'm so proud of the brothers that do it. And every time I go to one of these schools and I see all that food laid out and all them sisters dressed positively and respectful and kind, I know that there's hope that we can have better relationships. Is it perfect? Not yet. Far from it. But we done opened up a door for brothers and sisters to come together, man, and make some kind of families that work. Because everything else out here, it's not working. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got extreme love for a sister. I got nothing but extreme love for a sister. That's all I care about is my people. So yeah, I'm proud that I came down on them sisters back then. I'm proud that I angered them and made them mad and made them turn around and say, you know, made them say, who the hell is Johanna? What the hell is General Johanna doing? Who the hell he think he is to talk to us like that? Because guess what? You know what I get that a lot of brothers in this world don't get? I get sisters coming up to me all the time telling me, thank you, brother. Thank you for being so strong. Thank you for, saving my marriage. Go on some of them ISUPK pages. And big shout out to General Muhammad and all the other generals. General Muhammad be counseling these brothers and sisters, man. He be fixing their life. And other brothers he training up under. Be fixing their life. They be coming up to me all the time. Thank you for my husband. Go online. Listen, see what them sisters be saying. Them sisters be talking about their husbands like they Jesus Christ sometimes. Because you know what they learning? They learning that there's an extreme value in a black man that we miss. We let the demons tell us that a black man ain't shit. We let the demons tell our sisters that, and they believed it. And they treated you accordingly and operated accordingly. And that's why where we at. When instead, what we should have did was what I did. We should have got mad at our sisters and ran out in the street and said, what the hell are you doing? Stop this behavior. We should have got mad at our brothers and ran out there and said, what the hell is wrong with you? You can't sleep with a woman and throw her away. You destroyed that woman. I'm proud of that, Sarnetta. Proud of what I done did. You know what I'm saying? I got brothers, man, young cats, 20, 30 years in marriages, 40 years in marriages, raised kids. General Muhammad's son is in school to become a lawyer. He's in law school. That cat, when he got with me, he was 22 years old. His son is in law school. He's still with his wife today. You understand what I'm saying? I'm proud of that work. So for those who mad because of the way we came out with black women and all that, that was love. That was love you don't get nowhere else. Everybody else pats you on the ass and tell you amazing. And the white man don't care. He got Sexy Red, Gorilla, and all the rest of them out there. They half naked. First thing they did on the BET Awards was turn around and shook their ass. You didn't even hardly heard the song. Everything was ass shaking. That was the whole BET Awards, ass shaking. Why? Because that's what they pushing on us. You know what I mean? Your young daughter, she 14, is horrible. She go to school, you understand, and some lesbian is in her ear, whispering in her ear. Next thing you know, you think this her girlfriend coming home to study with her. A girlfriend up in her room having sex with your underage daughter. And then when that piece of garbage is tired of her, or she want to explore more, then she going looking for a man, but she all messed up. And if she ain't got a brother that could really talk to her and show her and give her the scriptures and give her some guidelines in life, then you got a child that's getting ready to grow up to have a horrible life. And listening to these people, listening to Kamala Harris and the rest of them out there is destroying our brothers and sisters. But Christ had a plan, man. Christ had a plan. He started with forgiving these sisters. Then he went and said, don't do it no more. Then he turned around and said, this is how a sister should operate with her husband. This is how she should operate with her neighbors. This is how she should operate with her children. You put all those together, everybody was copying the Bible out. Everybody is fronting on the Bible. The Bible is the tool, it's the key. And by going in there, man, and pulling out all that meat that's in the Bible on terms of doing this, man, you're going to build you a righteous a relationship. Now, does that guarantee it's going to last forever? I can't guarantee that. You got all kind of crazy people out here doing all kind of crazy stuff. But I know the best shot you got is for you and her to learn them laws, statutes, and commandments. You damn right I'm hard on a sister now. I bust it down on a deuce trade every way I can because I want her to not, because you know what? It's some horrible stuff out there. The suicide rate among young Black women is risen to the sky. The suicide rate among young Black lesbians risen to the sky. The domestic violence calls for young Black lesbians is through the roof, Sarnetta. Them numbers is busting through the damn roof. Why? Because they don't have the tools, man. I'm super proud of what I did back then. I'm going out to California. I'm getting ready to go to Detroit. Watch me go out there and take pictures with some super bad sisters dedicated to their husbands, learning all kind of domestic ways. Sarnetta, we spending $20,000 on bags and outfits from Fendi and you know, I don't know, all these designers. And you got sisters right in the hood that could take a $200 sewing machine and make some shit Fendi could never think of. Make some shit Gucci could never think of. And why them sisters ain't supported? Why we ain't giving her the Gucci money? Why we ain't spreading that cash to her? You got sisters out here and brothers out here that can make shoes and sneakers and boots and all kinds of stuff, but they not getting no love because why? All your entertainers is saying, go over here and get it from this one. Get it from Gucci, and I don't know all the names and shit, but you get my point. We getting played out when all that money could be going back in the hood. Like we could create, there's so many jobs, but everybody else got the job but us. There's so many jobs in our hood that we can't even get. You can't even get a job doing nails no more because there ain't no Black nail salons. You could barely get a job doing nails because it ain't no Black nail salons and they ain't got no customers. So everybody going to the other man, and that's where all the money goes. And then we say, well, where's the economy at? The economy's wiped out. Nah, Sarnetta, I did a great thing for Black women. Like if Black women understood what I did for them, they'd be giving me a medal. There'd be an award show. They'd be calling me in. I'd be getting a voluntary degree from one of these colleges for the shit I done did. I done built 50 schools with thousands of sisters across the world, England, the Caribbean, Canada, righteous sisters, raising their kids, down with their husbands. They ain't out committing adultery. Israelites don't go to jail, Sarnetta. Right or wrong? You don't, the jail ain't getting filled with ISUPK. We ain't going to jail. We ain't going to jail. We ain't going to child support court. We fighting all that, man. We trying to fix this thing for real, man.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm proud of that work, God. And it took some real men to do it, and I had some real men with me, and they still with me doing it. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you, we got Kamala Harris and Trump. If we had to do it, which one would you say we need to go and vote for? Because you do know that Barack Obama took his endorsements back from Kamala Harris. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it either until my wife told me today. I was like, what? Where's that at?
Right.
So
what I would say, Sarnetta, is gonna sound crazy.
Uh-oh. Brace
It's gonna
yourself.
sound crazy to your audience,
Let's go.
but for somebody that understands how power works, they'll understand what I'm saying. What I would say to the whole Black and Latino community, the entire Black and Latino community, we should all register independent. Every last one of us.
I don't think that sounds crazy.
Let me go on then.
Go ahead.
And then once we registered as an independent, then we decide what we want from a candidate.
That's right.
And that candidate better jump up and down and do the Harlem Shake about what the hell they gonna do for us. Mm-hmm. And when they do, then we side with them, depending on who they are. You know what I mean? We go to the Lord, we ask the Most High which one is gonna do the right thing, and then we go. If the Lord say go, we go, and we vote. Like the Black and Latino community and the Native Indian community, they need to move as one unit. And they don't need to be a sucker for one party. Because we in a party, we basically all Democrats. And as Democrats, the Democrats killing our own babies. Imagine that. I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris and she killing my babies. I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump and he doing other damage with the white supremacists to us. I'm gonna vote throwing brothers and sisters out of the country, putting Mexican babies in cages. How I'm gonna do that? I can't do that. But you know what I can do? I can come together with my brothers and sisters and say, you know what? Both of them is coming up against us and ain't doing the right thing. I guess this is what we'll do. We won't vote for neither one. Instead, we'll take a body of brothers and put them in charge of what it is we believe we need done the most for Black and Latinos, and them brothers will be given the funds and the support and the finance, and they'll get it done. If we say we want better daycare across this entire country, I want you to go out to every city, major city, and buy up every abandoned building, and we're going to turn them all into daycare centers. Who could stop us? We got the money.
Do you know what? We had that guidance earlier. Remember when they were selling them brownstones back in the days, brother, for $1?
Yeah. 75,000 a brownstone.
Hands, man.
75,000 a brownstone, son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We could have owned the whole holler.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Ask you this. This is off subject, but it's still on. Allah. Allah is supposed to be an Arabic word which means God.
Right.
Do you support Allah? Is Allah and God the same thing? And what I mean by that is Yahweh. Because the Muslims say Allah is only one. He is the one and only mighty, powerful force ever. So we want to know which God is the right God that we follow, Allah or Yahweh?
Okay, let me explain something to you. Give it to me. Let me give it to you. The word Allah is an Arabic word, right? That means a God or a power. The actual translation is power. But we'll use God just for reference, right? Now, here's the problem. Ishmael was also Abraham's son. The entire Arabic language comes from the Hebrew language. Even the Arabs say we follow the 5 books of Musa. The 5 books of Musa or Moses was written in Hebrew. So when you talking about the entire Arabic language, we talking about a language that broke off from the Hebrew. Theirs is not the only ones. The Phoenicians and others all had even the Babylonians had a break-off dialect of the Hebrew language. Many empires did that because the Hebrew was the first language. They won't tell you that, but it was here before the Arabs. So in the Hebrew language, the word Allah means power or the power. In Hebrew, it says that it's the same word. So when the Arabs adopted it, they act like that was their God, when they just adopted a Hebrew word. Here's the problem with Islam. And I love my Muslim brothers. Oh, man, I love these cats, man. I told you, me and you know, Sarnetta, me and Khalid Muhammad used to eat breakfast in 125 Mart. He was He was super into health. And me and him used to eat breakfast all the time. We used to go back and forth. I'm the one brought him on over to 125th Street to have to sit down with us and the Muslims. You know what I mean? So, I love them cats, man. But here's what I cannot do. Here's what I know is an extreme detriment to Black people and Latino people and Native Indian people. The worst thing we could ever do, the worst thing we could ever do is subject ourselves to a God that was created by another nation. We already did that. Did we not follow the white Jesus all the way to the 70s? To the 90s, my grandmama had the white Jesus next to Kennedy and Martin Luther King in her house, right out there in Hollis, Queens. My family used to bring me over there as a little boy. I go up in there, and as I come in the house, I look up on the wall. It's Kennedy, Jesus, and Martin Luther King up on the wall, the trifecta. We followed them, man, for hundreds of years. Look at the state we in. I cannot, in good conscience, tell my Black brothers to go follow the God of the Arabs. If you follow the God of any other nation, you're going to become the second-class citizen of that nation. And if you say I'm lying, I'll give you proof. I'll show you the proof right now. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, famous basketball player, correct?
Correct.
Was part of the Nation of Islam when he discovered Islam, correct?
Yes.
Left the Nation of Islam and joined the Arab mosque, correct?
Yes.
That's the problem with following another God. Muhammad Ali, greatest fighter to ever fight anywhere on the planet, discovered himself by joining the Nation of Islam, did he not?
Yes.
Over the course of conflicts and problems, left the Nation of Islam, correct?
Yep.
Joined the mosque run by the Arabs, correct?
Yes.
We lost Muhammad Ali to an Arab mosque.
And
wait a minute, let me give you some more.
Go ahead.
One more. What's the name of this heavyset guy that does the music? Palestinian?
Not DJ Khaled.
Yeah, that's him, DJ Khaled. Right? Muslim, correct?
Yeah.
Took Mike Tyson, probably one of the greatest fighters to ever walk the face of the earth, wrapped him up in an Arab garb and took him over to the Middle East and paraded him around under the God of the Arabs. Did he not?
Yeah.
Did he come back to the United States and say that this man come from the greatest people that ever walked the face of this earth? No, he glorified his people and his God, not Mike Tyson's people and Mike Tyson's God. Like I understand how them brothers want to come together in war, but you can't do it with serving another man's God. Our bloodline is precious. Our bloodline is special. Tens of thousands of brothers died for us to have this bloodline. Our bloodline is the best bloodline on earth. We the greatest in everything, Sonetta. We create everything. We the salt of the earth. That's a special bloodline. You can't give that bloodline to the Arabs. You can't give the glory of that work to the Arabs. You can't serve another man's God. You got to let the Arabs have their God. And their God work great for them. The Arabs do well under their God. They got oil wells and countries and defenses and all that. What happened to us under them gods? We got incarcerated, destroyed, brainwashed. And those of us that were success stories all joined them. That's what happened to us here. And I know it hurts them brothers in their heart to hear me say it. But brother, we cannot serve another God and think we're going to be successful. We better find who our God is. And I found it. That's why you hear me always say, give me the nigger God. That's the question everybody should be asking. Who is the God of niggas? The Arabs got a God. The East Indians got a God, don't they? The Chinese got a God, do they not?
Yes, sir.
The Japanese got a God, right?
Right.
Certainly we know the white man's God. We served him for 350 years. Well, where is the God of niggas? Like, why do I got to go to an Arab to find God? I want the God that rules over niggas. And I found him. He's the
Wow.
original Hebrew, the chosen people of God. The
Wow, that's
Israelites.
powerful right there. If it's all right with you, I would like to open up the panel and give my audience a chance to ask a question. And of course, they will be respectful. If it's all right with you, it's up to you, brother.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you know,
All
you know,
Yeah.
I clap back if you clap.
No, I will not have
If
no
you get
doubt.
out of pocket, I'm gonna give it right back to him.
Damn right. Damn right. Hey, family, the link is in the chat. Y'all can come. This is gonna be the first time we do this for y'all. Y'all can ask a question and make sure it's respectful. Make sure the questions are respectful. You can disagree with righteousness. That's all we're saying. Just be
Yeah,
respectful.
because Tazaryak does all the battling out here. I don't have to battle no more. I've been battling for years.
I'm glad. I wanted to ask you that. What
Yeah.
is it gonna take for you, General,
Yeah.
come out and get in the ring? I know you got the captain. I know you got all them, but some of the people captain can't handle. Like we got a strong.
Now, come on, son. Now, don't even. Come on.
Hold on.
Don't even.
Strong, brother. He is. We call him in the community. Call him the Floyd Mayweather of consciousness.
Yeah.
And
Listen,
captain have
you
lost
know
to
what I'm
him,
saying?
too, brother.
He the
We-
world champion of the game. You know what I'm saying? He the
Yeah.
world champion of the game. You know what I mean? But hey, if we set up something nice, I'll get back in the gym and study up on them scriptures and get all tuned in and come up in there and slay a couple cats for you. You know what I mean? But really, you don't need me for it. You know what I mean? You mean I grinded on them streets to win these brothers. Now that they here, they doing it like they supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, brother Lai, why are you saying that, brother? I can't control what other people might say. You know, I can't control that. Come on, brother. You know better than that. Right now we got Suntan. Suntan is in the building. Peace to you, brother. Do you have a question for Commanding General Yohana, brother?
Oh, no question, no question.
Always be
Peace, brother.
respectful. That's number one.
Peace, General, peace. It's just
Peace
a
to you too,
two-part.
brother.
It's just a two-part because I understand you, believe it or not, and
I
I
hear
love your premise, right?
You love
I
what?
I love your premise, and I want to follow up with this question right here. What do
Okay.
you think of Kemet? What is your impression of Kemet? Because see,
Oh, you don't know
said
the
something
General.
that
You don't
said
know
something that really brightened my heart when you, and I like the way you put it. You didn't take no pepper off of it. You left it hot. You said, "What about our nigga guy?" See,
Right.
and when we go back to Kemet, then that's the precept. That's what we kind of look at. You understand? And then I'm gonna say this too. It's just a run-on question. When you were speaking of the demons, and I just want to elaborate with you and by saying demons is a state of mind. So a demonic state of mind brings about these things, the jealousy and everything that's in him. So that's all I had to say. I appreciate you, General, because you guys go out in the street and you try to help. I be watching, right? But I'm more on the comedic side just because of what you just said. That's the only nigga God I didn't see so far. And listen, hold on. Why I say that, I'm still learning and I still respect you and what you do.
Let me just say this, that the both parts of what you said. As far as the Kemet God, here's the problem, right? You have a lot of black gods in this earth, not just the Kemet God. You got Africans have thousands of gods all over the earth. The dark-skinned people, East Indians, they have gods as well. Here's the problem that I have with Kemet, and I study Egypt extensively. I've been to Egypt several times, and look hard at Egypt. The problem is that you or any other scholar cannot give me any clear link to the people in America, the blacks in America who came here as slaves, as being descendants of the Egyptians. You might like the Egyptian philosophy. You might like Kemet's way of life. But the problem is, here's where the problem comes in. Trying to follow the culture of anybody else. Being in Kemet is the same as being in Islam. You taking on a religion of some other man. And the problem with that is you're now losing your identity to somebody else. And the only reason we take on these identities is because we don't know our identity. So you might, before you even get to any dispute about liking Kemet or not liking Kemet, before you can even get there, you got to tell me how my bloodline goes to Kemet. And you can't tell me that. So why I don't want to worship, I've been a slave, my people been a slave 400 years. I don't want to worship another man's God. I don't want to leave the white man's God and go to another man's God. I only want to go to the God of my bloodline. And let me just answer the first part of your point right quick.
Yes, demonic.
Yeah, our people believe like you believe that being demonic is a state of mind, and it's not a state of mind. Being demonic is listening to demons. And it's important that we get that distinction, because there's evil people who think they are in a righteous state of mind. There are evil people who think that they are wonderful people. They are loved by the world. You got entertainers that are loved by the world. I listened to a story just the other night about where this sister was bringing out about this prominent entertainer who, she was in the room after their concert, and they literally brought 25 girls through there for him to have sex with. He had sex with these girls and sent them home one night. Now, he probably thinks he's loved. He's great. He's wonderful, like our ego always tells us. But meanwhile, he just destroyed 25 girls' lives because of his lack of self-control. So it ain't a state of mind. It's what you listen to and what you judge. That's what determines whether you listen to demons or not.
Can I elaborate?
I mean, you could. I might not agree with you, but you're more than welcome to.
I'm not looking for agreement, General, because I respect you and
I understand.
Talk, right?
Go ahead.
I just want to go back to the Kemet part of it. Like you said, we can't find no bloodline back to Kemet, right?
Right.
But we definitely can find a man look like me back in Kemet. See, because that, and listen, because we can't find no bloodline to none of this stuff. We wasn't there.
That's not true.
Well, okay, I'm gonna leave that alone too. But see, this is my way of thinking, and I respect.
I understand. I understand, brother. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. There's a scripture. We can agree on this. There is a scripture in the Bible, in Ezekiel, where the angel comes to Ezekiel and asks Ezekiel, can we live? Can these dry bones live? You might have heard the term before, dry bones. And they ask Ezekiel, can these dry bones live? And Ezekiel says, only you know. And he tells Ezekiel to prophesy to these bones. And he said, these bones will put on sinews, and then they'll put on flesh, and they'll put on this, and they'll put on that. And what the angel was describing to Ezekiel was that they may not start out understanding that they're the people, but teach them and prophesy on them. And over time, they'll start to add more and more and more and more to themselves, and they'll get where they need to get. I understand you. I understand that you find something black because you're looking for your identity and your culture and your way of life. So you do see this Kemet, and it's very prominent. Egyptian culture is all over the world. It's everywhere to be found. They were known for, pyramids and statues and other things. It was plenty of that going on. So I understand, brothers that seek that path, but I would hope that we elevate past that and say, who exactly are we the bloodline of? And once you get there, then you will find the bloodline of the lost 12 tribes of the children of Israel. We're the only people on earth that don't know where we come from. Every other nation on earth, you go to the ends of the earth anywhere, north, south, east, west, go to any country, any culture, any remote culture, they all know where they come from. They know that they're tied to that land or tied to another land or tied to somewhere else. We're the only ones that don't know. And the Lord said it would be that way because we're those lost 12 tribes. And we found our way back through going through the bloodline, the prophecies, the history, the places we traveled in the earth brought us back to that. So I understand you. I understand what you're working on. But eventually we're gonna all elevate to that nigger God. And then we won't take on nobody else's culture. We'll just have that culture from that nigger God, and we're gonna prosper. Because he's stopping us in every other way. We don't know it though. We don't know that he's stopping us. He's stopping us in every other way because he wants us to find our way to that nigger God. And once we find that God of niggers, it's gonna be something, bro. But it's nice talking with you about it, bro.
You are watching a master at work.
All right. Let's move it right along. My brother, Revelation X is in the building. What's up, Revelation X?
Peace and blessings, General Sanata. Peace and blessings to the General Yohana. Shalom, shalom to you, sir.
Shalom, warrior. Peace and blessings to you too, brother, and your family.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed the presentation, and I have 3 quick questions. It's nothing too, it shouldn't be anything too much. The first one is it's actually to deal with the unity of the Hebrew Israelites. There's a lot of different sects because I have a lot of Hebrew Israelite brothers. We tend to go at it a lot sometimes, but I have love for all of them. And one of the things that kind of got me is that they're kind of divided. This one is with this sect, the other one is with another sect. So I don't know if you can tell me, what would you say caused the division? That would be number 1. Number 2 would be, I'm just running that really quick. Number 2
Sure.
is just like if you think that the division can be fixed. That's number 2. And my final question is actually with the unnecessary situation that I saw with you guys, and I believe it's IUIC, where they had a little squabble and stuff. But and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if I'm calling the right name of the other Israel.
You got it right.
Okay, thank you. And
Yeah,
what
the
happened
only
is
way it could be fixed, brother, if they come up under the umbrella of ISUPK. That's the only way, under Commanding General Yohana, so that they could get some real training, brother, some real
Yes, sir.
discipline.
Mhm.
And yes, they will be fixed. Trust me. But go ahead,
Well
brother.
said. Well
I
said.
hear that.
Go ahead, Al.
Yes, sir. Well,
You
my
said you
final
had a
question
third.
basically was, it looked to us, and when I say us, is like me and a lot of people, we looked at it and we was like, damn, they restrained them like they were cops. So I guess my final question is it possible that the United States government or the police had infiltrated some form of the sect of the Hebrew Israelites? And if so, what do you think would be their agenda for infiltrating like a religious group such as Hebrew Israelites, if they did that? Because that's what it looked like to us,
Right. Well, first, I'll start with that one, and we'll back our way up. They
Yes, sir.
they absolutely know what they're doing, and here's what they did. If you don't know already, the head of the IUIC, that purple group, he's a New York City police officer, has been since the 80s or early 90s. He's a cop.
Okay.
He was a beat cop, became a detective, got into some trouble. And what they did was just simply used him to create an Israelite group. So when you see those guys in the purple, those are cops. And they use other cops and other officers, not every last one of them, but the core group of cops. And the cops are operating within them. And the whole point of it, and there's another group, I'm not going to tell you their name yet, but there's another group that the cops created as well. And they're also operating as Hebrew Israelites. But I'm just not going to bring them out right now. But you're going to see them emerge after a while. You'll see them come up after a while, and you'll know. Because just like you perceived and saw this group, you're going to perceive and see the other one.
Yes, sir. And I'm not even from the United States. I'm from the Caribbean, but just the way that it looked and how they
yeah, it
operated,
was
everybody can tell.
to a sharp eye. It was pretty clear who we dealing with.
Yes,
But
sir.
I don't give a damn who they are. I'm a you know I'm a crush them. You know what I mean? I
Yes,
don't
sir.
care who they are. And here's the thing. Um, they have to do that. And here's the reason for it. And I'll tell you a little story if y'all let me. And this is why I don't join no other Israelite groups. I don't affiliate with them or anything. Let me tell you a little story. You from the Caribbean? You heard of Jim Jones?
Yes, sir. In
And
Guyana. Yes,
you
sir.
heard of him killing those 900 people with the Kool-Aid, right?
In Guyana. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, in Guyana. And did you hear about him being a CIA agent?
I did not know he was CIA. Go ahead.
Well, let me tell you a little bit more about him. In the 60s, when Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam became big, this was their solution on how to stop them and destroy them. They created a church called the People's Church, which was a unified church for all races in California. It was for all races, color, creed, sexuality, all of that. And they created this church, and they put Jim Jones in charge of this church as a CIA agent. Here's what his task was. His task was to create an atmosphere of contention with the Nation of Islam, as though they were bullying a church that had love for all people. So they demonized the Nation of Islam by making themselves look like victims, like we just love everybody. But these Muslims is just attacking us. This is what they did. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So what happened was, eventually the Nation of Islam allowed them to come and speak. What a lot of people don't know is Jim Jones spoke in a Muslim mosque with Elijah Muhammad sitting right behind him. You can search the internet and find the tape on it. They had to let Jim Jones in the mosque, and he had to speak to the congregation because they were under such an attack that they had to try to work out a way to be at peace with them. And what Elijah Muhammad and the Muslims didn't know was that this was a CIA operation.
Wow.
And eventually they allowed him to move the church offshore to where he moved it at, because they no longer needed him. They had already infiltrated the Nation of Islam. He just went to Guyana, lost his mind, got high, and killed everybody, and shot a senator or a congressman or something. And that was that. So that's what they do. So I fully and thoroughly expect them to have people to set up fake Israelite groups, to set up all kinds of stuff. And they're not, like I said, they're not the only one, which is why every brother, if he got any good sense, and this is why God always has you check the pedigree of whoever's in charge. You can go back my pedigree all the way to 1984. You understand? You have to have somebody who has the integrity to walk the walk without being compromised. If you just go join some group on the side that just created themselves, how the hell do you know who they are? How do you know that the person in charge comes from the Lord and not from the CIA or the FBI or the local cops? You don't know. So for safety, every brother should come into ISUPK. And like every brother should sit down and go back to where we started and put the body back together with us, or don't. I don't give a damn if they do or they don't. If you don't, then you just stay out there. If you work for the CIA, then you do what you got to do. We doing what we got to do. You understand? So, and because the Lord is in it, and He gonna raise us up, and it's going to be amazing. You know what I mean? Before their eyes. And that's why we don't affiliate with no other group. I love them brothers. You know what I mean? But I can't, endorse what they do. Another thing too is, like Sonetta mentioned earlier in this program, a lot of the things that he sees them doing he knows that are contrary to the Hebrew Israelite way. And the reason a lot of them are doing that is because a lot of them are called out to do those things. And that's what they're there for. Like they'll set up a group with 10 or 15 cats, and you won't know that these are assets. And they'll have these assets, you know, committing crimes, selling drugs, doing different things like that, so that when they get caught or when something goes down, it could look like, see, it's them Israelites. See that? The Israelites always doing something, always. But anybody that studies the Hebrew,
do that in Jersey to ISUPK when
they did. Yes, they did. The reporters flooded my office in Philly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the guy had nothing to do with us, but he committed a double murder, and one of them was a cop. So who knows what that was? But they tried to blame us. We threatened to sue them. They backed off, and they didn't put the story out, and they might even put out a correction. My point is, when we came up, we was one body. And this I can guarantee you, anybody could trace my record back. I ain't never been down with none of them cops or any of them groups or nothing on no level, no kind of way. Anybody could check that record. And brother, outside of that, I can't guarantee, you know, what they teaching. I hear crazy stories. You know what I mean? Marrying white women, changing the tribes, bringing in other people as tribes that are not tribes, all of that. And so I stay out the fray of all that because I got a job to do. And that's why I got good captains that handle it and get down and war with it, battle it like Captain Zaryak and others will smash the hell out of it. But I don't have to get into all of that because I got cats that can handle that. Because we got a big, big job and I got a big, big part to play in. So I got to do what I got to do. And if brothers like yourself, you saw the tape, you not stupid, you saw the tape. You looked at it and you said, this looks like cops. Now the Lord will show you another sign later on and you'll be like, damn, now I know they cops. He'll show it to you. If you really sincerely looking for the Most High, believe me, he'll show it to you. And the safety is in the ISUPK. I got the best counselor. I got the best teachers. You can't play with General Muhammad's class. I dare you. Give me your best teacher. Let's go toe to toe. Give me your best teacher on your best night. Give me your best battler. I'll bring Tazaya. Bring your best, your baddest nigga on a bad night. He will talk you up on a bad night. I taught these cats, huh? You understand? Through the grace and mercy of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Bring them on their best night. And more, I got all kinds of cats that can do all kinds of stuff. And we can't be beat. And everybody know. It's just gonna take time for everybody to just lose a little pride and say, yo, we gotta stop this, man. You know what I mean? And again, I love them, man. I met some of them in Atlanta. I remember I come up New York. So you remember we all went and ate together with a couple of them groups out there then. You know what I mean? I love them cats, man. But you not, you know, all that unity camp shit and all that, you're not giving, and the brothers gonna be mad with me when I get out of there. So they be trying to work with the brothers. So I don't want to trash the brothers too bad. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get back to what it takes to do the job. Go ahead, son.
Is this one man that's above that, and it might take you or one of your generals to come out, man, and deal with this brother Jabari Osaze. See, everybody know he's the Floyd Mayweather, man. He put hands on.
Wait a minute. Has he battled Tazaryak?
Yes. He's he went in with Tazaryak. He did his best though.
Yeah. Did he make it at least to his kneecap? I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. Look, listen, son. I don't want to battle nobody unless they done. If you could defeat Tazaryak, then I'll come out. I'll throw my robe on. I'll throw my gloves back on for you. Other than that, I'm not trying to get in no battle with nobody. You know what I mean? I'm trying to show nothing but peace and love to all y'all. Now, if you force me to, I'll take it to you. You know what I mean? Like, right. You know what I mean?
APPLE. What's up?
Hold on, stop. I have to tell the general thank you, because if I ever become a Hebrew Israelite, I'm being honest, it's going to be because of General Yohana. So I want to say we love you and I thank you. Shalom to you. We love the captain. The only issue is that the captain wants to chop Africans' heads off, but we still love him, and we love you guys. I just have to say that. And I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you too, brother. I appreciate the love, man. The water. Hope to see you soon. And
What's
where in the Caribbean are you at? You there?
Revelation, where you at?
Revelation, where you located?
Yeah, he all right, we'll get back to it. He might be coming.
All right.
What's going on, APPLE? What's up?
How you doing? How you doing, Star America? Can you hear me clear?
Yes, we hear you clear. How much
Okay,
time,
then
General, how much more time you got?
I got exactly 13 more minutes.
Okay, brother.
Thank you, too, for asking.
Yes.
how you doing, General? My name
I'm
is
good, brother.
APPLE.
How you pronounce your name again?
It's Apple, APPLE.
Oh, APPLE, Apple. Okay.
Mhm.
Nice to meet you,
Please
brother.
leave Earth. Thank you. I got a delay here, so forgive me if I'm cutting.
Okay.
I don't mean no disrespect. I want to
No.
ask you something, General. Do
Please.
you notice? I was looking, and I'm sure Sonetta probably has also seen it. There's a lot of young Black brothers is coming out saying they're the Messiah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I know you haven't seen it, sir.
Yes.
And with the wave that's been going on, what do you? I know you got a good eye, you dig? And excuse me for my, I'm street, so excuse me for how I talk.
No
But,
sweat, brother. I'm from there too.
Okay, then word up. So what do you see the wave coming out? A lot of brothers, you know what I mean? And some sisters, I don't want to exaggerate. I saw one sister saying she was the Messiah. My fault, I came in the form. You didn't know that was going to come in. My people. Anyway, what do you say about, or what do you see when it comes to the wave of a lot of young brothers saying now they're the Messiah or they're the Christ or they're the Holy Spirit? So I had the Holy Ghost in his,
Right.
platform. That
Yeah.
Captain Destroyed,
like what you're watching, and that's a good eye that you see it and other brothers see it. What you're watching is the pain of us falling. Meaning the more we fall, the more a brother gets desperate, the more he reaches for something that he could build his self-esteem on. If a man beats you down, and you got nothing, you lose your family, lose your job, you lose your money, you get kicked out your place, you go through this and that. Or you went through some tragedy in the past, you can't get past. What happens is your self-esteem is broken. And so you start looking to build that self-esteem up. And what happens sometimes is you get delusional. And in that delusion, you begin to start call yourself Jesus. Call yourself Christ. I saw this in the 80s heavy during the crack era. You had 1,000 cats walking around claiming to be Jesus because of the self-esteem that they got crushed under. Right now, they raising this housing through the roof. Nobody can survive. They got no new jobs for nobody. You understand? They keeping you locked up. They shipping you out of state. They putting brothers and sisters through hell. They teaching our sisters to treat you like garbage, call you a broke nigga, throw you in the street, have no value for you. It's a horrible situation. And so what's happening, brothers who believe that would never happen to them, it happened to them. And so they a lot of times they break out. Schizophrenia sometimes has a part to do with it, or sometimes it's just a cat just trying to use what he see the Black community building on. He tried to use it as a hustle to turn around and, to really lie to everybody. That's the bulk of what's really going on, which is a good, important point, because as we see that, one, we need to know that we are suffering more. That's a measure of our suffering. And two, we know that we got to even be louder about the right path, because the worst thing that could happen is somebody follow that idiocy and then get themselves destroyed, ripped off, swindled, conned. There's a lot of that going to go on in the future, in the near future, which is why we fighting to stop it.
Thank you for answering that question, General. I was going right where I was going about the demons. Is it demon, demonic spirits going into these young brothers? And like I said, one sister saying that they are the Messiah. And usually I see the other side doing it, but now I'm saying, and they're young, you know what I mean? They're not age, they're young, and they really feel like they're the one who knows how to read the book, which cracks me up for that one.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how to read a book. And they the one who get the message. And some of their stuff, they do got a lot of fish on their phone. It's just we know there's something's not, if you know how to read, something's not right. You did? So
if you read through the lines, you'll see that these is very, very painful brothers in deep pain, you know what I mean? Brothers in a lot of psychological problems, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Went through horrors. And the internet is becoming once again a place for brainwashing. It's a place for demons to pitch their game. You know what I mean? As long as they got a worthy host, they can pitch their game and lie to you. And so that's what you're seeing going on, which is why the voices of righteousness have to be the biggest, most powerful voices, because that's the only thing that's going to make somebody think twice before they getting caught up into the madness that these cats coming with. And eventually they'll self-destruct anyway. You know what I mean? It always happens. It's inevitable they'll self-destruct, because it's inevitable that philosophy that they standing on is going to crumble, or they themselves will crumble based on what they going through.
Thank you. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. Originally Chicago, Boston, Dorchester, Franklin Field, that is. I always have to get that out. But I have to say, when it comes to you all the one who really stood out there, especially Captain and Sarnetta, of course, been doing the scene since '88. But when I did my DNA and did my genealogy and started falling around, the first thing I thought of when I started getting answers about the Hebrew being a Kohen was you all, you know what I mean? I just want, you know what I mean? Thank you. I see you out there. I need to come out here in Boston a little bit more. I know we're up here in New England and Celtics and, you know what I mean, Patriots and, you know.
We want to get up more in Boston. Boston is a tough city full of racism and all that, man. They hard on them brothers up there. We definitely want to break in. We got a camp up there right now. If y'all get in touch with Captain Tazariak, I'm sure he can point you in that direction. And we definitely want to get up there more and do some bigger things up there as well. Yeah,
that's another thing, General.
Yeah,
that's another thing. There's a lot of brothers out here that it's hidden. They're not moving like that, like you just said, racism. Nah, we ain't. Nah, it's up, it's hidden, it's pushed back. You know what I mean? And we're here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
A lot of our young brothers want to put that part of our life behind us. They feel like it's a reason it's holding us back. But what they don't understand is that they walking right smack into it. Especially if you put Donald Trump in the White House. You're gonna walk right into it. You can't, it's inevitable, you can't get around it. Their hatred from us, you can never ever get around it. You might think you can, and you might do it for a while. See, our young brothers want to jump on their career, put some paper in their pockets, you know what I'm saying? And, want to put that behind, but it is not going to work. They think it's going to work, but it's not going to work. Because the more you gain here, the more they steal. If you gain the $2, they stealing $1 or $1.50, you know what I mean? And so as you coming up, without your nation and out your body of people, they're going to come after you anyway. It happened to so many. Harlem got wiped out. Washington, D.C. got wiped out. All of that wealth and power and businesses that we had, they slammed it off. You know what I mean? And those that understood the truth, they stood. Those that didn't got taken out. And that's exactly what's going to happen again. So they think they pushing it to the side. They ain't pushing it to the side. It's coming right back to you. You know what I mean? It's in the news, it's everywhere. And these Edomites gonna start killing on these streets after a while too. They really already doing it. They just using them black masks now to make them look like a black person. But after a while, they're gonna stop wearing the mask too. They're gonna really give it to you. So then I can take one more if you got it.
We can't hear you, sir.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. One last question right here for my brother. Do you have a question, California Bear? Let's go.
Greetings, sir. Much respect to you, General Yohana, and I want to thank you for your service in the streets. You did a lot, and I've been watching for the last few years. And
most time, correct.
Let me get an understanding. You guys do go by the New Testament, right?
Go by the what?
The New Testament.
Absolutely.
Okay. I heard you say earlier about, you know, when Saad mentioned that Allah just mean God. I'm not a Muslim. I just have to ask this question.
Sure.
That in the New Testament, Christ said there are sheep not of this flock, and also said, they say, Master, Master, we've seen people casting out demons in your name and we forbid them. And Christ said, if they on my side, do not forbid them. So my question is, how can we say which God is the right one, where both the Hebrew Israelites and Islam centerpiece is Christ, regardless if they say it's the Son of God, however they view it.
Good question.
Centerpiece is still Christ. So if he have sheep that's not of this flock, wouldn't they have different ideology, but they centerpiece is still Christ?
No,
General, excuse me for 1 minute. I have to disagree with you, brother, because the centerpiece for the Muslims is Prophet Muhammad, not Christ, brother.
Okay.
But hold on. It's not a debate. Let the general answer. Go ahead, General.
If I could, real quick, for the latter part of what you were saying, the scriptures clearly state that those of another flock does not mean these are of another religion or another God. When you go back and read the story, during the time of Christ, he was in one half of the kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and half of Levi. The other half of the kingdom was destroyed and scattered. And so when he said, I have, others that are not of this flock, he was talking about the Israelites who have been scattered into other countries. You know that's who he was talking about because of the day of Pentecost, when Peter came together with all the Israelites that was from around the world. So it's an assumption to say it was Islam. If that's the assumption, then it could be anything. It could be Kemet, it could be Islam, it could be anybody that uses. There are many religions that use the word Allah as power or God in a language. So it has nothing to do with that. What Christ was talking about were Israelites who had broken off from the nation. Remember, the whole point of Christ dying on the cross was to bring them two halves of that nation back together as one nation. That was the point of him doing that. And so that's a bad mischaracterization of his intent when he said he had a flock not of this fold. Of a fold doesn't mean a different philosophy.
Niggas better get their weight up, you little body bitch. Worry about a damn pay cut, you little body bitch. I ain't worried about none of these niggas, little body bitch. You that scare rag, coward ass little body bitch. Had to fuck around, get my rank up, you little body bitch. And I'm pouring up, yeah, young nigga, and I'ma take a sip. Yeah, all the nigga want down hate, but tell him zip it lip. And you a dumb ass, scare ass, boy, little body bitch. And I ain't worried about nothing, nigga, nah, I ain't worried about shit. I got more than one, so you know nigga don't reminisce. I spit flavors on these damn beats, niggas better catch a pitch. Never knew a goddamn man be scared to represent. When you a whole ass, dirt ass, little damn body ass nigga. Get body with the damn scripture with your little body ass nigga. Nigga, I'm a true priest, true line nigga, true Zion ass nigga. And you a little boy, a little bitch ass, little body ass nigga. Be right, you mad, get stained, work hard, didn't play. Bad bitch, my taste. We vibe, we lay. You purple, you gay. You leech ass, lil' fame. I won't walk, not the same. For wrong. I tell you, for wrong. Get your shit together, for wrong. Work it. I'ma do this shit till I rock it, you little body bitch. I'ma ditch your ass like your pot, you little body bitch. And I'm smooth with it, y'all zop, you little body bitch. And I switch nigga on that top, you little body bitch. And I'ma stay determined like the cars, you little body bitch. And I'm so cold like a bomb, you little body bitch. And I'm a warrior like that Gabbar, you little body bitch. And my aim like that a zop, you little body bitch. Need a princess Papa, you little body bitch. Or anyone down the slide, you little body bitch. Yeah. I keep a couple straps in my ride, you little body bitch. Just in case anyone wanna die, cause I'm body bitch. Be right, you mad, get stained, work hard, didn't play. Bad bitch, my taste. We vibe, we lay, we purple, we pay. I say, for wrong.